Welcome. Good morning, guys. How are you all? I hope that everything is cool. It's the PPI news around 8:30. So I'm just planning this trade. I'm not sure that it will be a successful trade or not, but would love to take the entry from this parabolic gap. The stop loss is below that candle, which has made this parabolic gap. Honestly, this one is will work as a breakaway gap. So if it go below this low of that candle, then seriously it can come here for this parallel gap. So would love to take an entry from this gap. If I'm wrong, then I'll get stopped out here, which is near about 1500 stop loss, and target is this relatively equal highs. So all of these highs are relatively equal highs. They are my target. So let's see if it work or if it stopped me out. Didn't want to hold my stop loss until this area, so love to go for small scalping, you can say like that way. So I'm already in the market now. My wish, I would love to see it will keep going higher and it will take those liquidity, buy side liquidity after CPI. If I am wrong, I'll get a stopped out when market will go just one tick below that low. So here I got a stopped out. Not interested to hold it here. I will wait until 9:30 now because I got a stopped out here. This fair value gap. If I'm wrong here, I'll get until this area, so below that low. Not interested to put my stop loss over here for 3500 because this market can keep falling one more time to go below this midnight open. That is why I don't want to take that much risk until their 1500 stop loss was better for me. But obviously it can reverse from this gap, keep going higher, but not interested. Just to try this one, I say it was a big run. After that big move, nice market structure shift, wanted to take that entry from this fair value gap, but market never came to this fair value gap, so took the entry from the entry fair value gap. Was not able to cover the whole area because of the volatility, so got stopped out. Yeah, the first trade is the losing trade, but it is what it is. Would love to go from the weekly chart, as I got stopped out here. Weekly chart to until the 1 minute chart, but before that I would love to wait for a little until 9, as I will try to take another entry after 9:30. So would love to wait until 9:30. What a start with a loss. How are you all? Just let me know that. How are you all? If it is broken, then it can simply fall for this midnight open. This is the midnight open. It can come back again below that midnight open, or maybe it will keep falling. We'll talk about this, but my intention to see this gap will hold the price and send it higher again for the buy side liquidity here. This clean highs, it will go for that buy side liquidity. That is my intention to see, but wasn't able to put my stop loss until the breakaway gap or until this area. I was not able to do that, so took that risk here. If I get stopped out, I had another plan. As I'm in live, so I'm not going to take this entry again, but my plan was if I get stopped out, then when the market will close above this gap again, I'll take re-entry from this gap until this area. So that was my plan. As I'm in live, I'm not going to take it, by the way, even if it provided me that run. How many people are watching? Okay, 56 people. Guys, don't forget push the like button here. And I'll wait until 9 before starting the weekly analysis or everything. Love to see how it is going to trade here, and around 9 I'll start talking about this price action. My intention that if I got stopped out here, when the market will close above this parallel gap, I'll take re-entry over there. But in live, I'm not going to do that because I knew that it can come back again for this parallel gap. This is the last parallel gap. It can come until this last parallel gap. Stop loss was not going to support it. Huge stop loss, so didn't take that risk. Because if I'm wrong, then it will keep falling for this midnight open. So obviously it's more risky. So took a very small risk over there because of this. When I will go to a weekly chart, everything will be clear. Just told you the logic here. I took my risk. It doesn't mean that what to say. I mean, I can't take my entries. Obviously, I can take my entries. This is my account, so I can do whatever I want to do. Just a misconnection over here. Good morning, by the way, everyone. I will start to talk about this price action around 9 a.m. New York local time. In the meantime, don't forget to push the like button and subscribe to our channel if you are new. That run was a huge run. Open there, boom, come to this area. I'll talk about everything over here, so don't get confused until my explanation. Keep patience. I will start it around 9. So after 3 minutes. That was I was afraid of this. If market go for this low, or maybe for the sell side liquidity, maybe for whatever will be my weekly analysis, if it wants to go for that, I will take a huge loss. So that is why I put my stop loss below that candle, which has made this parallel gap. A small risk. It was logical to me. If it works, I'll be okay. If it doesn't work, I'll get stopped out. After getting stopped out, if it provide me another opportunity, I'll take re-entry. Otherwise, I'll just stop after that small loss, 15 handle loss. Good morning, Easy Trades. Donichi, good morning, brother. I'm good. I'll be even better if I can pass my phone at futures account so I can have two funded accounts. Best of luck, Angela. Best of luck, brother, brother or sister. I'm not sure, but best of luck. Good morning, Nafli. Good morning, Sharadana. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just 2 more minutes, then I will go from weekly to 1 minute chart. Just give me 2 more minutes so that other people can join. Otherwise, they'll ask why you are bearish, why you are bullish. My bias was bullish. Actually, here my bias is bullish. That is why I'm not going to take this one. And the risk. If my bias was bearish, then I could go for this one here. And I would take a partial here around 25 and then hold my trade until this area. Because it went until this area, highest up close body close candle, order block, trade that order block, fall, give me the market structure shift, fair value gap, and then it can fall. But my bias is not bearish right now. It's not bearish, so I'm not taking this one. Right now it's not bearish, but it's a possibility that maybe it will fall, keep falling until the new week opening gap high. It is also possible. Right now I'm in Spain. I will be Portugal back to the day after tomorrow. I'll be back in Portugal. I came yesterday night actually in Spain. After the session, I was actually my friend and me. We drive car and came to Spain. He came here to meet with his friend. I mean, with his friend, and I just came with him. Okay, it's 9 already. Let's talk about the price action a little bit. So this is the weekly chart, that is week 50%. Yesterday I told that if market would love to go, it can reach until the week 50%. That is the last line. I want to see it can reach. If it doesn't, I mean, if it can respect that week 50%, that is the best case of scenario before the CPI. So around CPI, those sell side liquidity will be my target if it can be here by today. So tomorrow I'll think about those sell side liquidity. So this is the area I was looking for yesterday, that week 50%. This is the weekly gap. This candle open, this candle close. There is a small gap, which is the new week opening gap. Above this new week opening gap, there is another small new week opening gap over there as well. But I just marked this one here. This is that week 50%. From the weekly chart, this low, that low, they're the relatively equal lows. This is the running candle, weekly candle. It didn't close yet, but it came until this area, made that relatively equal lows. From lower time frame, it's much more clear in lower time frame. So we'll be in lower time frame, you'll see this much more clean sell side liquidity. Instead of that, I have this clean sell side liquidity as well. I mean, exact low or something like that, very exact low. Actually, CPI target is this sell side liquidity. So 2245.25. This is my target for weekly. I mean, that CPI data. This is my target actually. Let's go to the daily chart. So here is the daily chart. So for market is trading this daily bearish gap. It has made yesterday. This candle closed, that candle open. I mean, open. Here is a gap. So it is now trading this gap from the daily chart. You can see this low, and by yesterday's low, this is that relatively equal lows, which is my sell side liquidity. Here is a small volume imbalance. I told that I want to see a body, a bare body, okay, a black body through this gap. So this is kind of new opening gap. 1, 2, 3, 4 time it has been respected. This is the fifth time. This is the 5th time market has been respected that new opening gap. So here, that is that gap. I kept it because I had just the buy side liquidity from the daily chart. You can see just a buy side delivery. Still the sell side inefficiency is over here. I want to see a body close below this gap. Just one tick below this gap is also acceptable. But here, as I have the sell side liquidity, I'm more interested to see that it will take this sell side liquidity. And here is the sell side liquidity I showed you yesterday, and I'll show you today as well. Right now, it is trading this bearish gap. I want to see that this gap will hold the price. That means market is not going to close above this gap here from the daily chart. Market is not going to close above this gap. I want to see that if it closes above this gap, then as I told, if there is a bullish gap, maybe I'll start to think about those high, this high, that high. I'll think about those highs, or maybe this area to be traded one more time. I would love to think about that. Until there is no bullish gap, I'm not interested to think about the buy run. I will be keep looking for sell run. I can be wrong, but my intention to see, as I told in my weekly analysis video, my intention, or I'm preferring lower run, not higher run. If I would love to look for a higher run, I need a bullish gap. Without that, I'll keep looking for a lower run from the daily chart. Let's go to the hourly chart. So here is the hourly chart. This is that new week opening gap. We have just shown you the new week opening gap over there. Market has traded this new week opening gap low, come back again one more time here, made this relatively equal highs, which is my buy side liquidity. So I'm going to mark that buy side liquidity here. This high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs. I have the buy side liquidity over there. I have this sell side liquidity here, but I marked the sell side liquidity all over here with this low and that low. Just I made one line, but from hourly chart, this is also the sell side liquidity. So far, market came to this gap over here, around this area, the entry gap from the hourly chart. It came to this gap. Now this is the buy side liquidity. My intention to see, can market take that buy side liquidity from the hourly chart. So in short period of time, I want to see this buy side liquidity will be triggered by today. It's my intention to see that market will take that buy side liquidity first. Then if it wants to fall, it can fall. But before falling, it will go for that buy side liquidity. It is very clear to see that this market came here, respected that new day opening gap, market structure shift, fair value gap, which is over here. Let me mark it from the hourly chart. This is the hourly fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. Market trade that hourly bullish fair value gap yesterday, trade there, keep going higher, came until this new week opening gap I showed you yesterday. opened there. This is the new day opening gap. As this new day opening gap is inside this new week opening gap, I just marked the line. When I'll be in lower time frame like 15-minute chart, you'll see there is two line as the new week opening gap, sorry, new day opening gap. So market came here one time, two time, it respected this new day opening gap and also the new week opening gap, trade that fair value gap over here. After trading this fair value gap, market extremely went higher, failed to take that high. Instead of taking this high, market has made that relatively equal highs. After making that relatively equal highs, market closed there, lowest down close body close candle, which is the order block. Love to see it will hold the price and then it will send the market higher and it will go for this buy side liquidity. That is my intention to see from 15-minute chart. That was the 15-minute bullish fair value gap. I really wanted to see that around 8:30 the PPI will send the market here first, at least to this 15-minute last fair value gap, at least over here. It will come to this area, then it will go higher, but it didn't do that. Instead of that, it reversed from there. It is also acceptable because here is the entry gap around this area. It has traded that entry gap. Either way, from there market came until this area, made that clean highs. This is that bullish gap over here. This is that bullish gap, also new week opening gap and new day opening gap. So these two line is the new day opening gap here, the blue line here and here. This is the new day opening gap, this is the new week opening gap. Market came here by using the news, market came here. The theme is market didn't take that high, made the relatively equal highs, where mini S&P has taken that high. So she's weaker comparing with Nasdaq. She is weaker. So when the weakest sister has taken the liquidity, the strongest sister will fail the liquidity. I don't think about that. I would love to see the strongest sister will take that liquidity as well. Okay, so my first intention to see, it will go for that buy side liquidity, and then if it would love to fall, I'll think about that later. But right now my intention to see, can it go for that buy side liquidity? Above this buy side liquidity or above this new week opening gap high, there is the hourly gap. This is the last gap from the hourly chart. As I told in my weekly analysis video, I would love to see this market will fall and one of Nasdaq or mini S&P will take those relatively equal highs. Any of them will take them. Another one will trade this gap, then it will fall. So this is my intention to see, or maybe both of them will respect this hourly gap, then they will fall. So until now this gap didn't trade it, and this is that week 50%. Remember from the daily chart or the weekly chart. Let me check from the weekly chart actually. From the weekly chart, that week 50%, that line. Okay, so this is that week 50%. That is that line. So hourly chart, this line is that week 50%. So I want to see that this market will come here to this hourly gap before falling. My intention today is to see, can it go for this hourly gap today? And if I would love to look for this hourly gap or that week 50%, I need some kind of buy side liquidity, which is over here. Now I have clean buy side liquidity around this area. So this buy side liquidity is my target if and only if it, start to fall dramatically, something like this type of fall here, this type of fall, maybe I'll change my bias. Without this, I'll keep looking for the buy run until this buy side liquidity and then this hourly last gap. So through this new week opening gap, it will reach until this hourly last gap by today. That is my intention to see. As tomorrow is CPI, today is the lowest probable day to trade. So keep that in your mind. It's gonna be manipulation. Lot of manipulation is going to happen by today. Most of the time market is going to make the liquidity by today. I hope that it's gonna be tradable, at least not that much choppy, like this type of choppiness. I am not expecting this type of choppiness. Wanna see clean run toward that buy side liquidity at least. After that, if it keep falling, we'll see about that. But right now, I wanna see some clean move toward that buy side liquidity. So my first intention, this buy side liquidity. From a daily chart, remember, don't get confused when I'm talking about this, that market will go higher and take that buy side liquidity. In the meantime, I would love to see here, this gap is not going to be breached by body close. So this is the week daily candle and this buy side liquidity, market just came here. This is the high. So far, this is the high of today. Okay. So I don't want to see that market is going to close above this gap. It can go higher, then it can fall again. That is my intention. So it will work like this way. From the daily chart, it will go higher again, then it will come here and something here, it will close around this area. This is my intention to see. If it is overzealous, maybe it will fall and take around this area the low. So far this is the low of today's candle. It can fall until this area. If I'm wrong and market starts to fall, it's gonna be very difficult for me to trade today. Otherwise, I really would love to see it will keep going higher, and at least it will take this buy side liquidity. So far, this buy side liquidity is my intention to see. Can it take that on? So it is below this midnight open. Don't want to see it is going below this 8:30 open. So I want to see that it will keep going higher before coming to this 8:30 open. If it come here and trade this bullish fair value gap, that means it is more interested to fall, keep falling. If it trade this bullish gap right now. Now the question is why it didn't trade that bullish gap from 15-minute chart. Isn't it random? It's not random. First of all, it has traded the entry gap. Secondly, it has been traded the hourly gap as well. From the hourly chart, it's very clear that market is respecting this new week opening gap. So when it is respecting this new week opening gap here, nobody closed. It's not random actually. It's absolutely perfect. But yeah, this is what it is. And from 1-minute chart, that was my I was afraid of this type of situation. That is why when I took my buy over there, my stop loss was below there, because it is also possible to happen. And if it is happening, then I will get a huge loss. So that is why I didn't put my stop loss below that last fair value gap. At the same time, I told that my bias is bullish right now. That buy side liquidity is my intention to see that it's gonna be taken. That is why I didn't take that sale as well from this fair value gap, where after getting the market structure, she tapped over there, came at least to this high of this new week opening gap. It came exactly over there. And let me check if there is no SMT as well. So it came here. It was a possibility, but my intention to see that I will go for that buy side liquidity. That is why I didn't take that sell over here. Otherwise, it could be a nice trade after this midnight open partial, and this area could be my target. I'm not interested to trade from 9 to 9:30. That is the area where I let the price go. Whatever it wants to do, it will do. After 9:30, I will try to catch some kind of buy run. So if it keep falling, I will do nothing. I want to see it will go higher and it will take this buy side liquidity. So my intention, my target, my direction, everything is toward that buy side liquidity. Every sell opportunity, I'll just use maybe this one. Until now, I'll keep using this one, but not going to push the button until this buy side liquidity is not taken, because that is too clean to me. And I want to see that it's going to take this buy side liquidity first. Then if it would love to fall, we'll talk about that. Okay. Now, if anyone has any question, you can ask me. So from 15-minute chart, it is respecting this area. Also, this is the breaker block, low, high, lower, low. Tap to this breaker block, new week opening gap below the midnight open. I want to see it will go higher for that buy side liquidity. And I wish that this run will start after 9:30, because if it starts to go higher for that buy side liquidity before 9:30, I will miss the whole move. So I want to take the entry below here, so that I can hold my trade at least one contract until this buy side liquidity, which I'm expecting is going to be taken. But in the meantime, I'll take a partial wherever it is the logical level. I'll try to take a partial over there. But if the run start before 9:30, maybe I'll miss that trade. Good morning, Jamie. Nikki, with the use of 8:30 open. 8:30 open means like midnight open. You know the PO3. For example, this is the midnight open. Market opened there around 12. Okay. Now this is a bearish market. You are expecting market will fall. So this is the manipulation, which is above the midnight open. Then expansion toward your liquidity. Come here, closed there. This is the daily PO3. Now, if you think about the session PO3, that means morning session PO3. How you are going to think about the morning session PO3? So the morning session PO3 is going to start from 8:30. So this is the 8:30 open. Now, if you think that market will go higher, for example, I'm thinking this buy side liquidity will be taken by morning session, not the whole day, by morning session. So market opened at 8:30. I want to see the manipulation. That means market will go below this 8:30 open, then expansion toward the buy side liquidity, then closed like this way. This is gonna be the morning session. So this is the whole daily session. Inside that daily session, this is gonna For example, this is also the bullish setup. Okay, so in daily chart, you are also thinking that market will go higher. So at midnight open, this is open, or manipulation, expansion, and this is your daily things or daily expectation. This is gonna be your daily expectation, and this whole expansion is gonna happen like after 8:30. So this is that 8:30 open, market went a little lower, maybe take the London low or something like that, or maybe it will fail to take that London low, then it will expand higher, and it will work like that way. So this is how I'm going to use the 8:30 open for the session PO3. This is not good at all. I want to see this run after 9:30. If it happens like now, right now, really I will cry. No, it's not possible, Miki. I think you missed that analysis. I told that if it come here to this 15-minute bullish gap, I'll keep looking for sell. Not interested to look for buy anymore. I believe this is market has started the run, but I'm not able to take this now because it is before 9:30. So from 9 to 9:30, I'm not interested to push the bottom. So I'll observe this gap. Can it hold the market and send it higher or not? If it works even and go higher, I will not take this entry because I have seen that before 9:30 so much beautiful setup doesn't work. Most of the time it doesn't work. So that is why I'm not interested to take any entries before 9:30. Okay, let me check. What did you ask? Wednesday, 6th November 2024. Can we? Yeah, of course we can use this as an inverse gap. Of course we can use it as an inverse gap. I mean, according to our rules or everything, it doesn't match 100% for a reason. The reason is, first of all, this retracement market take a liquidity, then there is another retracement, market take that liquidity. Now for example, there is no retracement in that leg, there is no retracement. If there is no retracement, still it has traded this gap, not the highest gap. I want to look for the highest gap as my inverse gap, not the below. If there is another gap above this gap which is not traded and take the liquidity, I don't want to use this one as my inverse gap. But yeah, of course you can use it as your inverse gap if you want, but I am not interested to use this one as an inverse gap for two reasons. First of all, I have another gap above this gap, I have another gap. So market actually didn't work with this gap, it has worked with the logical gap, which is the entry gap. So either way it's a logical gap. So fair value gap, this fair value gap is logical. Secondly, there is kind of retracement, another retracement, and then went higher. If you want to use this gap as an inverse gap, that is logical. Comparing with this one, it is much more logical to use this one as your inverse gap. If you compare with this one, then this is much more logical because this is the highest gap, market trade that highest gap and then went higher, take that swing high. Just my opinion, I'm not saying this is all. Okay, so it tapped to this gap, maybe it will go higher and take that buy side liquidity, and I will start to cry because maybe I'm not sure it. Okay, so I will wait until 9:30 to get my opportunity to go for any kind of trade. But if it work like this way and keep going higher, take that buy side liquidity, I'll start to cry because I was expecting this thing after 9:30. Before 9:30, I'll miss the whole thing I was expecting. Mm, for example, this happened after 9:30, so I would be in the market already. For example, okay, if it is already above after the 9:30, I would go for this. Would love to take an partial here above those highs. See these highs above those highs. This gonna be my partial, and target will be this buy side liquidity. If it was after 9:30, as it is before 9:30, just would love to observe it, and I'll try to cry. Okay. But not going to push the button. Guys, don't forget to push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you are new. So 9598 is the subscriber right now. I just need 2 more subscribers to make it 9600 subscriber. And if it is 9600, let me know. Okay, please. I'm just waiting for this 600 subscriber for near about 15 days now. I hope that this is clear to all of you why I am looking for buy run and what is the reason to look for that buy run. Everything is clear to you, but still, if you have any confusion, let me know. If you think that this market will keep falling, your bias is bearish, please go for that and try to take some kind of short, maybe whatever you want to do. But I will try to catch the buy run toward that buy side liquidity. This is very clear to me. And some of you can say that, brother, there is the SMT. That means this high has taken that high with E-mini S&P. I'm not saying this is the SMT. I'm seeing it as an unfinished business. Okay, so I mean inappropriate SMT. So it should take that high because she's stronger. Weaker sister has taken that high. Not convinced. Why did you take that high? If I fail to take that high, why did you take that high? Even S&P. So you took that high, I'm gonna take that high. I'm gonna follow it. I'm going to take that high. So this is my thinking. If you think this is SMT and market is now start to fall, please go for that. My direction can be wrong. Everything can be wrong. Today can be hugely manipulation, hugely chop, hugely seek and destroy mode. Everything is possible because tomorrow is CPI. Yesterday and today is the lowest probable day to trade before CPI. Still, I will try and I will expect some kind of good run toward that buy side liquidity. If it has done its job already over here, maybe I'll miss this whole move. Otherwise, I believe that this will take that buy side liquidity and I will cry actually when it will take that buy side liquidity. Shit, man. That could be my partial from this gap. That could be my partial if it happened after 9:30. It was very clean. Oh man. Let's hope for the best and let's see if it can make this buy side liquidity and then it can fall again. Okay, so after 9:30 or around 9:30, if it fall and maybe take this buy sell side liquidity one more time, or maybe it will come here one more time, that would be the best case of scenario. And then I'll get both buy side liquidity here and here. Both buy side liquidity I'll have. So let's pray for this. Oh, by the way, if you want to take entry now, please go for that. Also, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with your trading, but I'm not going to push the button as it is below before the 9:30. So I'll wait until 9:30 and then I'll take my decision. So far it is working as an order block here. So let's see if it can work as an order block or not. And this is the inverse gap because market tapped to this gap, took that liquidity. So this is the first time market has closed above this inverse gap. Let's see if it can hold it or send it higher again. If it leave it like this way, I'll be very happy to see this until 9:30. Please don't take it. Please don't take it until 9:30. Please don't take it. I expect that around 9:30 it will fall fast. I'll be very happy to see that. Let's hope for the best. Okay, in the meantime, wherever you will find your entry opportunity, go for that. Still the shallow run, I'm happy, but please don't close above that high, please. If it close above that high, it's gonna be difficult for me to frame another buy until another manipulation after 9:30. Lower manipulation to go for that buy side liquidity. So what can happen around 9:30? It will start to go higher and it will take that buy side liquidity by 9:30 open. That means I have already missed all of my opportunity, all of my expectation is gone already. Smoking is not a scam. I'm a chain smoker, to be honest. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to give up. Smoking kills. Please don't smoke. I am a chain smoker, so sometimes I smoke, and I'm sorry I can't stop smoking. So sometimes maybe you can hear the sound of the lighter. I'm sorry for that. For me to go before 9:30. After 9:30, let's hope for the best. Maybe it will leave this buy side liquidity. I mean before 9:30. After 9:30, it will provide me another buying opportunity. If it do that, I'll be happy, so happy to take that. This can be work as an inverse gap here because it tapped to this gap here, took the liquidity. So this is the lowest gap. Before taking the liquidity, this is the lowest gap. So it can work as an inverse gap and market can keep going higher. Why I'm not pushing the button? Because 9:30, sometimes the Judas swing can stop me out. That is why I don't prefer trading before 9:30. Same to me. Same to me. Same to me, gaming soon. Whenever I decide to quit smoking, I finish another packet. I need at least two packet in a day. Like I need a lot of what can I do? I can't stop. At least two packet almost every day. I need at least two packet. I know Mahdi, you are with me. You are with me, man. I know that. So shit happens the way I was expecting that market will go higher. It is doing the same thing, but just before the SF. This is the propulsion block. This candle is the propulsion block which has traded this order block here. So it can stop the price. For example, I was in the session and I missed all of this entries opportunity. This is my another entry opportunity from there. I'm not going to take this one as 9:30 is just in front of me. But this was another entry opportunity from this propulsion block. The stop loss is below that propulsion block here, just below that propulsion block, and target will be the same. This buy side liquidity. Maybe in this type of situation, I would take a partial to this last parallel gap over here. I'm not going to take this one because around 9:30 the Judas swing can stop me out. So some kind of big week then went higher. Okay, this type of things can happen around 9:30. That is why I'm not taking this entry. Otherwise, this propulsion block is another opportunity to take that entry here. Okay. So market structure shift, fair value gap, trade that fair value gap, went higher, come back again, trade this inverse gap by this um, candle, down close candle, which has been traded here, which is the propulsion block, trade that propulsion block, it could go higher. As it is before 9:30, not going to take this entry or any other entry over here. Instead of that, I'll wait for some kind of opportunity uh, to go for this buy side liquidity after 9:30. CPI is tomorrow, not today. CPI is tomorrow. By the way, let me remove this one. Otherwise, people think that this guy was taking this entry and he got stopped out. That was my thinking. If it was out, I mean inside the session, it has taken that high, trade that gap over here, and then let's see how it is going to trade around 9:30. So this is 9:30 candle, and let me go to the regular trading hour. This is the opening gap from there. There. This is the opening gap. Coming calendar. Let's see how it is going to trade. I wish that it will go higher again and make a fair value gap over here. Whatever fair value gap it will make, bullish fair value gap, I'll go for that buy. Not going to take the first presented gap entry today. If it make a lower first presented gap, not interested to take that sell. As according to my analysis, I am willing to go for the buy. I know that it doesn't matter about the first presented gap, but not interested to take that entry. That's all. can be the first presented gap, and market can provide me 25 handle from this first presented gap, but not going to take it. Just outline it. If it provide me that or not, just for my journal, I'll outline it. Came back again, trade that new day opening gap here, trade also the 50% of that opening gap, which is the best case of scenario. Trade the 50% of that opening gap, trade the new week opening gap high. Let's see if it can go higher now, but before that I'll just look for the first presented gap 25 handle, if it can provide me that. So from there, this is the area. I'll just think from here, just make it like this. Not going to take this entry. So around 9:30 market opened. I wanna see this is gonna be the Judas swing. That means market has taken the liquidity here. Now it will go for that buy side liquidity. That is my intention to see. If it provide me that, I'll go for that. If it doesn't provide me this gap, I will work as an inverse gap maybe. So this is that opening gap, first presented gap from this volume balance. Just didn't mark it from this volume balance, but it is valid to mark it from that volume balance. So from that volume balance, it is also valid. It doesn't need to come until this first presented gap, but we'll see if it reaches for this first presented gap, then can provide me 25 handle or not. For example, if this gap was very small, that means my stop loss is going to support here, like something that, then maybe I would mark it from that volume balance. If any of you are looking for sell, please go for that. I'm not interested to look for sell, so I'll keep looking for buying opportunity. At the same time, I'll see that if it can provide me 25 handle. Otherwise, I'll go for the buy whenever it will close and closed above this first presented gap. I'll try to take my buy from this first presented gap. That's all. I'll take a partial whenever it will come here. Okay, just it will tap over there. I'll take a partial over there. So let me put a limit order. Stop loss has covered this last fair value gap, which is not a big stop loss. You can say 18 handle stop loss. Logical to me, and yeah, I would love to put it over here and love to see at least this last fair value gap partial, can it provide me that, and then I'll hold my trade until this buy side liquidity. One tick above that buy side liquidity. I wish that it will provide me at least the partial so that I will be able to put my stop loss to the break even. It's not small, okay? It's already has provided lot of profit. I would love to get a perfect closing. There you go. So see here, 35 handle profit already. So would love to put my stop loss to the break even now. If I get stopped out now, I'm okay with that. Just as I'm going for this runner, right? So here is 78 handle runner. So as I'm going for this runner, we'll try to put my stop loss to the break even. If it can reach for this runner, I'll happy with that. Otherwise, I'll get stopped out to the break even. My profit has already taken. What else can happen? This rejection block can stop the price here and send the market lower again to this parallel gap. In that type of situation, I'll get stopped out, and I'm okay with that. So here you can see this rejection block. It can stop the price, send it lower for this parallel gap one more time. If it happens, I'll get stopped out because after taking the partial, I have to put the stop loss to the break even. The way I was thinking, it has already provided me whatever I was thinking. And you don't need to hold it until this runner. But as my expectation, this is going to be taken. I would love to hold it until this area by putting my stop loss lower here, maybe a little above, I guess here. Yeah, just here. Okay. So just 67 is 67. Sorry, 67 is my entry and stop loss is 79. So 12 handle above the area. Or what else can happen? It will make some kind of buy side liquidity here. Then it will come back again to trade this parallel gap before going higher again. It is also possible. Either way, my stop loss is here. I will put it there now as it has made this buy side liquidity. I'm just not interested to see that it will come back again and stop me out to the break even. So I'll try. Don't follow my trailing stop loss. It's my request. Please don't follow my trailing stop loss. I'm going with my way, but it doesn't mean that you will follow me, please. And don't copy my trade as well. If you ask me where should be my stop loss should be below here. Okay, I got stopped out and I'm okay with that. So got a profit of 30, 36 handle, I guess. I believe that it will take this buy side liquid and we'll see that. So that is the trade after the open. This is the candle where, what is this candle? 939 candle. So I'm done. Stop loss was logical. That is why I took the entry 18 handle stop loss. It was logical. Okay. So that is why I took my entry from this first presented gap. I believe that it will take this buy side liquidity. I just got stopped out here. It's okay. I should have put my stop loss at least below this gap. Inside this first presented gap, there is a gap, another gap here. So I should put my stop loss below that gap. I wasn't interested. So I trailed my stop loss and got stopped out here by that candle. And I believe that it will take at least this buy side liquidity. By the nobody is interested to write down the boom. Man, I don't need to hold for this runner. This is more than enough for being profitable by one trade. It's more than enough. Okay, so I deserve the boom, man. Not your money, but I deserve the boom. And I told you that don't follow my trailing stop loss. After taking that entry, at least put it below this gap. You will see that maybe finally it will take that buy side liquidity. But the way I explained this price action, you will focus over here. This can happen after 9:30. If you are thinking that market will go for this buy side liquidity, around 9:30, this can happen. This is the Judas swing or the manipulation. See this manipulation, which has taken all of these lows, trade all of this area, 50% of that opening gap. new day opening gap high, new week opening gap, took all of this liquidity, the way it closed above this first presented gap, tap to this first presented gap. This buy side liquidity is something that I'm going to see that it's going to be taken. Yeah, if it doesn't take this on, instead of taking this buy side liquidity, if it fall again, I'll look for another buying opportunity. Until this buy side liquidity is not taken, I'll keep looking for buy. In the meantime, if you think about any kind of sell, please go for that. There is nothing wrong for that. My job will be done or my trading will be done when this buy side liquidity will be taken. Then I have to wait for another opportunity to look for buy or sell. So something else, I need something else that is going to tell me that it's a buying opportunity, it's a selling opportunity. But until now, this is the only thing I'm interested to see, that market will take that on, not this one. This is gonna be taken, that is all. I was little, you see, this candle doesn't need to go below that, but it went here, stopped me out just for a little. If it doesn't do that, the way it has closed this candle, if it could close like that way, I would get that huge profit. Don't look at my trailing stop loss, just look at the entries, look at the direction I'm marking, look at the time when I'm choosing the trade, everything, just focus over there. Here, for example, okay, here what I'm saying, if it failed to take this buy side liquidity now, instead of that it fall again, what does it mean? Market is providing me another opportunity to look for buy. This is kind of another opportunity. I will see that another opportunity. I won't see that, okay, now market is falling for maybe here, it is coming here. No, I won't see like that way. I will see this is another opportunity for me to look for the buy. So every kind of buying opportunity, I'll catch that buying opportunity. Thank you for the boom. Thank you for the penguin. See, I was asking, please give me boom. Please, please, please. But it's okay. By the way, it's the first presented gap according to me and according to ICT. Both of us will be agreed with this first presented gap. So I can't write it down as according to me. It should be according to us. As I told, if it leave this buy side liquidity open and fall, okay, maybe came here somewhere, fall, I will start to look for another opportunity to take that buy. It will be another opportunity for me. I'm not seeing this as a selling opportunity now. 100% it has tapped to this first presented gap. 100% it has tapped. See here, it tapped to this first presented gap there. In NQ, let me check in NQ. In NQ, what happened? I don't know about the NQ. Yeah, in NQ also it has tapped to this first presented gap. Yeah, both of the chart has tapped to this first presented gap. What you guys are talking about? It has tapped to this first presented gap. What you are talking about, brother? I am now confused. Okay, please don't make me confused. Hi, Mickey. I think you are not new here, if I'm not wrong. It's not the first, the yellow one is not the first presented gap. I don't care about that gap. I told that it can come back again to trade this gap before going higher. It is possible, but it's not the first presented gap. So I don't have any intention with this gap. This is a gap which I'm not interested until the market structure shift. I was not interested about that gap. So this is how we actually trade. And in a day, to be honest, guys, in a day when I was waiting for something from very weekly chart to until 1 minute chart, and it has provided me that run, to be honest, it's difficult to frame another setup after taking this buy side liquidity. It's gonna be very difficult for me to go for another setup. So this should be a good day. Already it should be a good day for me, right? I don't need to take, yeah, before that I tried this one here because I was expecting this is gonna be taken before 9:30. So I was wrong over here. I got a small loss over there. But here it worked perfectly. And it has provided, so far it has provided like 62 handle. Perfect. As you can see, it is falling. I'm getting happier. Why? Because it left that buy side liquid open over there. So I'll try to look for another opportunity to take the buy. Not interested to look for sell. If you are interested to look for sell, go for that because it can keep falling. I'm just not interested. In the meantime, it can be highly manipulated today. No, lot of manipulation can happen today because tomorrow is CPI. Keep that mind in your mind as well. So this buy side liquidity is still over there. I'm happy that market fall. So I would love to try another buying opportunity if it can go for that buy side liquidity. So another buying opportunity I'll keep looking for. Below the first presented gap, here is a small gap over there. See, this is the last fair value gap. So if it respect that last fair value gap and provide me another buying opportunity by making some kind of order block, I'll try to take that buy again. But if it violate this last fair value gap, we'll wait for something much more cleaner, some clean things. In a day when we find some good entries, we don't need to overtrade. Always keep that in your mind. So far you can see that this last fair value gap is holding the price. Okay, I'm not observing this first presented gap. I'm observing this. Here is a very small gap. See, market go below the midnight open one more time, respected that first presented gap. So we'll try to look for another buying opportunity from here, either from the order block or from the propulsion block. Any of them, I will start look for another kind of buying opportunity until this buy side liquidity. This is the lowest down close body close candle. When the market will close above this high, it's gonna be the order block which is valid for taking the buy. But the problem is, if I would love to take the buy from this order block, my stop loss is gonna be huge. Until the stop loss is not going to support, I'm not going to take that entry. 39 handle stop loss. I'm not interested to take that 39 handle loss. So until the stop loss is going to support, not supporting my stop loss, I am not interested to take that entry. We'll just outline it. That's all. Whatever is happening over here, if you have watched the weekly analysis video, you know what is happening. If you didn't watch the weekly analysis video, it's going to be difficult for you to understand what is happening, why market is going higher, why it is doing that, this, everything is going to be very difficult for you to understand if you didn't watch the weekly analysis video. That is why I told that watching weekly analysis video or doing weekly analysis is the most important part of trading, or at least for the ICT traders, because they know why it is happening if they have done the weekly analysis video. At the beginning of this stream as well, I did the weekly analysis yesterday as well, today as well, everything. So far from 15-minute chart, don't focus in 1 minute chart. It's manipulation. We know that this type of price action is going to happen today. This is still that buy side liquidity which I'm interested to see to be taken. This until this buy side liquidity is not taken, I'm not interested to think about that sell. Don't want to see this low will be taken before taking this buy side liquidity. I don't want to see this low will be taken before taking this buy side liquidity. So first this buy side liquidity has to be taken. Then it will go for this fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap. It's different matter. We'll talk about this later. But first it has to take this buy side liquidity. That is my intention. That is my thinking right now. Let's see if it can provide another entry opportunity to us. Kind of 22 IT model, inverse gap, breaker block, anything. Okay. you kidding me? How many people are subscriber here? Out of 195 people, how many people is my subscriber? Oh man, this whole information I'm giving you is for free and asking just for the likes. Nobody give a shit. Oh man. Yeah, I should start some kind of mentorship. $1,000. You have to pay $1,000. Please pay me $1,000. Then I'll show you how to do the weekly analysis, daily analysis, everything. I'll show you the live execution, everything in live by $1,000 entries. I need to do that. Then I will not ask for the likes. Yeah, I know, guys. Whoever is my subscriber, only they will be able to write. Yes, brother, I remember our Bangladesh. I remembered him. Whoever is willing to take sell, please go for that. I am not going to take the sell. Yeah, this fair value cap has been violated, so I'm not going to take the order block entry anymore. I won't go for the order block entry, but I'm not going to take the sell as well. It will keep falling. I don't care. I will let this fall. I'm not going to take any kind of sell until this buy side liquidity is not taken. And if you ask me, I don't want to see that this low will be taken before taking this buy side liquidity, because all the people who took the sell around this area, they will be profitable. If this market can take that low, all of them will be profitable. I don't want them to be profitable. I want to be profitable, not them. So I would love to keep looking for buying opportunity. Some people are really interested about the SMT. This is the area where I actually most of the time prefer to look for the SMT here around this area. Maybe E-mini will take this low because it has taken that high here. That high has been taken. So E-mini will take that low. In the meantime, Nasdaq will fail to take that low. I want to see this type of situation. It will keep falling. I'll let him fall. No sell I'm going to take. Now you can say that why you are saying like that way. Yeah, I can spend rest of my time by explaining this buy, how accurate I was over there or everything. I can keep explaining this thing. I'm not interested for that. It is done. It is done. What is going to happen? I'm going to explain that. So what is the next thing? What I would love to see next? That is my intention. It didn't take that buy side liquidity. I'm happy that it didn't take that buy side liquidity. That means still I have the opportunity to trade in this morning session. For example, this run will take that buy side liquidity. I will lose my all the opportunities to trade by today. At least for this morning session, I would lose all of the opportunities. As it didn't do that, I'm happy to think about the buy again. Trade the new day opening gap low. This is the new day opening gap low here. Also the weekly opening gap low, lowest quadrant. Everything has been traded. So this was the 50%. Respect from 50% came back again until the low of the new day opening gap. Trade the 75%, sorry, 25%. This is the lower quadrant. Okay, I actually marked it in the opposite way, so it's showing that 75%, but it should be the 25. This should be 75, right? This is the lower quadrant. Trade that area. Can market keep going higher? Let's see make if it can make a fair value gap. No, it didn't make. So low it. And please don't get confused by all of these lines. Please don't get confused by all of these lines because I have shown you these lines are new day opening gap, new day opening gap, new week opening gap, midnight open, and this is the quadrant level. Opening gap low, lower quadrant 50%, upper quadrant high. This is all the line over here. Don't get confused. I will remove those lines after a bit. I'll just remove them. Okay. So let me keep it until if it would love to fully fill this opening gap, then I'll maybe change it. But I want to see this small portion of this gap will work as a breakaway gap. So this will work as a breakaway gap. That market will leave this small portion open over there. I want to see this. Whoever is thinking about sell, please go for that. By the way, who took that buy with me from here? I don't know where did you close, but who took that buy with me and closed some partial before getting stopped out or maybe before holding it? I don't know what did you do, but anybody took the buy with me? I mean, with your analysis, not copying my trade. You are thinking the same way I was thinking and you took that buy. Is there anyone? It left no space open for the opening gap. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. This is that 830 open. Does it want to go little below that 830 open? That is important as well. I am not going to take any kind of sell. Who is interested to go for the sell, please go for it. I will only look for the buying opportunity. Just the buy is valid for me. I will look for the buy only. No sell is valid. Because for CPI, market has already made the liquidity here. So I have this liquidity there for CPI. It doesn't need to make the buy side liquidity because it's not the NFP. For NFP, I need both buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity. But for CPI, I just need one, either the buy side liquidity or the sell side liquidity. If I have both buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity for NFP, sorry, for CPI, the CPI is gonna be difficult to trade. It's not gonna be very easy to trade. Otherwise, CPI's trading is so easy. So easy. It's just a simple rule. I'll try to be here around the CPI tomorrow. I wish I'll be able to do that. I took the buy. I also took the sell now. The school, Indian fashion trader, boutique. If it comes to this 50-minute bullish fair value gap, I will not be able to take any kind of buy until there is a 50-minute bullish fair value gap. If it comes to this fair value gap, so I'll be like helpless. If it comes here, I'll be helpless. So I don't want to see that this market will come here for this bullish fair value gap. Today is gonna be highly manipulation session because tomorrow is CPI. Keep that in your mind. Don't overtrade. Just try to take some profit and hands out. I mean, just sit on your hands because it's gonna be highly manipulative session. Tomorrow is CPI. Don't forget about that, please. No buy is valid when market is below the new day opening gap or the new week opening gap. No buy is valid as well. Almost subscriber for 9,600. Let's wait for almost subscriber. If this is a fair value gap, would love to see this fair value gap will be open. Like it is not going to trade or it's not going to close below this fair value gap 50%. Let me change the color. There is another buying opportunity. I'm not going for this buy because I will wait for the 22 YT model inverse gap or any kind of breaker block entry only. But the entry is like if this candle failed to close below this fair value gap 50%, then this gap is my buying opportunity. Not going for this buy one, as I told that I will go for only 22 YT model breaker block or inverse gap. So over here, this can work as an inverse gap. Just not going to mark it because it will be a lot of lines over there, but let me try actually. And yeah, it will be easier to see. This can work as an inverse gap, low high lower low breaker block. This breaker block is not the general breaker block we love to take entries. It's not that type of breaker block. So if it close above this inverse gap, I'll try to take and buy over there. Here stop loss is going to cover this fair value gap. Oh man, it's 32 handle. No, not going to take this one. Let me check actually how much it's gonna be. Should I go for that? A stop loss should cover this fair value gap actually. This fair value gap should be covered, but as it is 32 handle, I'm not able to put my stop loss over here. So let's hope for the best. That means what is the best? It will trade this fair value gap, then it will close above this inverse gap. That is the best case of scenario. In that type of situation, it doesn't need to come back again to trade this fair value gap. Otherwise, if I would love to go for this inverse gap entry, my stop loss has to be there just to make sure that my stop loss is not illogical. So this is kind of a situation. What should I do here? Mm, yeah, I'll go for this risk. If it doesn't provide me the entry opportunity, it is also acceptable. Okay. Sometimes shit happens, you know that. I mean, if it doesn't provide me the entry, it's okay. That means I missed the trade. I let all of this sell go just to take the buy, because my intention that this buy side liquidity will be taken. If it doesn't take me, I'll think that okay, I just missed the opportunity. Here I took a risk here. I put my stop loss below the inverse gap, also below the constant crossment of that new week opening gap. I should put my stop loss below, at least below this fair value gap. As I'm not able to do that, so I'll try to take this small risk, 20 handle risk, for which is kind of like 20 handle risk, okay, in short. And it is going to support for okay, I'll go for 2. So loss will be like $83 loss, like that. Yeah, I'll try to catch this one. If it takes me, I'll be happy. What is my intention? It will tap to this first presented gap, reaction will send the price until this inverse gap, then it will go higher. If it happens like this way, I'll be happy. Otherwise, I just missed the opportunity. Market didn't provide me the entries. Okay, I'll think like that way. It didn't provide me the entry. That's all. So I'll go close my trade because it didn't provide me the entry. But I was waiting for this, and I was seeing this is happening. Just market didn't provide me the entry opportunity. Sometimes shit happens. It didn't provide me the entry opportunity. I'm cool with that. For example, if it didn't tap over there, I wouldn't be in the trade. So same thing can happen here as well. If it closed above this first presented gap, this entry is not valid anymore. I will go for this entry one more time, try to take that entry one more time. If it doesn't take that high, instead of that, if it fall again, I'll try to catch another entry from the order block. Whatever order block it will make, go for that. What I'm doing here, I'm trying to catch the buy when market is below this first presented gap. $9,599 people. I just need one more people to make it 9,600. So whoever would love to subscribe to our channel, I'm very happy to see. I mean, 9,600 subscribers. Okay. But remember, the way I explained the price action, this is called trading. Don't focus over there that fall. This fall is not for you. Here, the buying opportunity, you should look for the buy. If you don't read the price like this way, I promise you, brother, you will never be able to profitable. You have to have the direction, and you have to wait until you find that opportunity. So here, like some kind of opportunity was there. When market failed to trade this fair value gap, this is first opportunity to take the entry. Market didn't tap over there. Very bad things. This is the second opportunity to take the entry from this inverse gap. Didn't tap to this gap. Just unluck here. Market didn't provide you the entry opportunities. But if you can take that entry over here, at least the partial to the low of this first presented gap here, at least the low of this first presented gap, or you can take the partial here, which is the last gap around this area. This can be your partial, and target should be this buy side. Remember this buy side liquidity. Just until it's not taken, keep looking for buy, no sell. Don't focus on that sell, because nobody knows how far this guy will fall. Nobody knows that. Anytime it could reverse. It came until this area to feel 100% that first opening gap. After 9:30 opening gap, finished that perfectly, came until this area over here, then going higher. This run is obvious, but that run where it will stop, nobody knows. But I know where this run will stop. This is the line where it will stop. So I have the end line over here. This is the end line. Unfortunately, market didn't provide me the entry opportunities over here. So if this candle could tap over there, I'll be in this market. I would take maybe partial here, and I would hold my trade for this buy side liquidity here. I would love to hold it like this way by putting my stop loss or trailing the stop loss. Try to learn this part. Trading is easy, very easy. It's too easy, man. Just you have to understand what is happening, how this thing is going to start. Entry opportunities, as I told, that I am just going for some kind of inverse gap breaker block and the 22 YT model. Just because of that, I'm not in this trade. Otherwise, I could go for the trade from this new opening gap high. When it closed above this new opening gap high, the highest line is my entry gap. Tap to this gap. I'm already in the market, going to cover this fair value gap. Just this fair value gap, because I want to see this will work as an inverse gap. That was my entry opportunity. As I told, this whole year I'll just go for the inverse gap, 22 YT model, breaker block. That is why I was waiting for that inverse gap entry. And market didn't provide me that entry. That could be my partial here. I would hold my trade until this buy side liquidity, and you will see how market is going to take that buy side liquidity. When it failed to take that buy side liquidity, I was very happy because I know that I'm going to get another run toward my buy side liquidity. I could chase the price. I could take a lot of entries over there. You know that. But I would love to go for the model only. Just that is why I'm not in this trade. And around 50% of the breaker block. Yeah, brother, I told you. I mean, obviously you can go for the breaker block. Low, high, lower, low. The general breaker block. Obviously you can go for the breaker block if it provides you the entry option. This is the general breaker block. I don't use it as my entries. So I was trying to take that entry from this inverse gap. Is that wrong? It didn't provide me the entry. It's okay, man. Just let it go. If you know how to do this, next time when it tap over there, just think what you are going to get. Just think like that way. Those people who are thinking that this market is now going for this area, that area, they will all fall into the trap because it should not fall before reaching over here. Remember what did I say? If it reaches over here to this 15-minute fair value gap, what does it mean? That means I need a bullish gap. This market is not bullish anymore. It's not going to be taken anymore. I don't want to say this low will be taken before taking this buy side liquidity. Why this type of candle? Because tomorrow is CPI. Look at that candle and then this candle. Look at this. See, it's because of CPI. Tomorrow is CPI. That is why. Now, man, I took that entry, market didn't take, for example, I took that entry, market didn't take that high or that liquidity. No, this is the extreme liquidity. Never ever hold your trade until this area. At least if you want to hold it until that area, always take some kind of partial. What did I say? If I could take that entry, I would take a partial over here to this last fair value gap. Then maybe I will trail my stop loss or put my stop loss to the break even and then hold my trade until this buy side liquidity. If it doesn't take this buy side liquidity, fall again, I'll start to look for another buying opportunity. I didn't get the opportunity here, no worries. Still I have the bias. Still I know that where market will go. We know that beforehand. When it will fall, I'll just let this fall go. Okay. I'll see you. No worries. Here, now this is selling opportunity, bullshit. But what can happen? Maybe it will tap to this fair value gap, then it will fall again. But whatever it will do, it will go for that buy side liquidity. That is all you have to think. This is how you should think. Every single time it will fall, you will think about buy. Fall, buy, fall, buy until it's not taken. I was thinking to take a buy from this first presented gap again, but not going to take that on as I should be. I am working with my discipline. So I want to be disciplined. Not going to take that entry from there. I missed it. So if it is done for today, I'll be done for today. Anybody got any lesson from here by today's morning session from the weekly chart to until 1 minute chart the way I explained it? Don't worry, I'll write down the boom when it will be there. Even if it doesn't happen like now, maybe in lunch hour, I'll write down the boom. But it's gonna be taken. Keep that in your mind. I wanna see that. I mean, 100%. There is nothing called 100%. But I would love to see this buy side will be taken, and I will write down the boom over there. See this situation here, that was the same situation here. I took the buy here. This is the same kind of situation. So for example, if it shift that high, whatever is, I mean, fair value gap will be there. That is another buying opportunity. Market structure shift. How? From this first presented gap, supported, market structure shift, fair value gap, trade that fair value gap, buy side liquidity has been taken. See this market structure shift, either this fair value gap or if it can make another fair value gap, it will go higher. Not going to take this one because it's already provided me the run it has to give me. So what else it can do? It can take that sell side liquidity one more time before going higher. That is why I'm not going to take this entry. but it is a possibility. For example, if it is like 10 handle, I would go for that trade here to until there. Okay. For example, it's just 10 handle, or maybe from this fair value gap here. Maybe it's 15 handle, maybe 12 handle. I would take that risk. As it is more than, you see, even from this fair value gap, it's like 29 handle. So that is why I'm not going to take this entry. I don't know how to use the volume balance, brother, to be honest. So that's why I don't use the volume balance for my entries, as I don't know how to use it. See, this is the market structure shift. Look over here. Market structure shift. Breakaway gap. Entry fair value gap. Okay. Let me actually check if I can take this entry. Just covered here, just 20 handle, fixed it. So I just tried. It's like very risky, but as it is like 20 handle, just covered that breakaway gap if it can go. But yeah, I know that before going higher, it can take that low one more time. Just covered that breakaway gap. I'm going to believe that nobody is going to close below the 50% of that breakaway gap. So try to take that entry from this entry gap. Target is until this liquidity. Okay. So just put my stop loss below that breakaway gap. Don't want to see anybody close below the 50% of that breakaway gap. If it stopped below this, I mean closed below this 50% of that breakaway gap, I can be wrong. I know that before going higher, it can fall one more time to take that liquidity because there is no manipulation. No manipulation. Still, I took that risk and you saw that I just took one micro contract because it is risky. If it was not risky, I would take at least two micro contract. Took the entry from this entry gap, believing that this breakaway gap 50% is not going to be broken. Stop loss supported me 20 handle, put it below this breakaway gap, maybe little below. Okay, little below of that. Going to hold my trade for this area. So here 46. This situation, this scenario and that scenario are the same scenario. Both of these scenario are the same. Of course, stopped out. This is the same scenario. I know that it can fall for the sell side liquidity one more time. I'm taking the risk over here. That is why I just make it one micro contract. Just 40 handle loss. I took that risk. Before going higher, it could take that liquidity because there is no manipulation. And market has already went too far. Limited my loss by putting lowest quantity, just lowest quantity, even not two micro contract, as it was low probability. Was a possibility, same situation here and here, tried to catch that possibility. If wrong, we'll get a small loss. If right, I'll get that huge profit. Eventually, it is going to take that buy side liquidity. Logical to me, by market structure shift, fair value gap, trade that fair value gap, accept the manipulation here, accept that manipulation, go there. But right now, it has made this sell side liquidity very clean sell side liquidity, which should be taken now. There. Sell side liquidity. Was low probability, minimized my contract size to the lowest one. High probability, for example, here, at least we'll go for 2 micro contract or 3 micro contract or whatever is my maximum loss limit, like 50 handle, 80 handle, 70 handle. I would go for that if I could take the entry from there. Here, lowest amount. I mean, there is nothing lower than this one. Thinking what? Like here I was thinking the same way. It come here to this last parallel gap. Here is the thing is market will take the sell side liquidity closed above this entry gap, another buying opportunity, not going to push it, but another buying opportunity from there to until this buy side liquidity. Otherwise this can be highly manipulative. This whole market can be so much manipulative. Took that sell side liquidity. Now there is nothing that can stop the market to take that buy side liquidity. So it can simply go higher to take that buy side liquidity. Or if it come back again to trade this area, which are the unfinished business, all of these things are unfinished. If it come here, that is going to be the high probable area to go for the max. I mean, whatever your maximum contract size, you can go for the entries from there. If I'd love to come around this area and then make us another setup, not going to believe it because it takes too long to come here, too long. Have to wait for another opportunity. I'm wrong here. My stop loss was just below that breakaway gap, 20 handle. This is highly volatile, so I have to observe it. I mean, as it is highly volatile. But the lowest area where I could put my stop loss, because if I'm wrong and it's going for the sell side liquidity or finish the unfinished business, I'll get the lowest loss. Lowest loss. It is now already called the chasing price. I have already missed the opportunity to take the entries from there. So this is called chasing price. So when I'm chasing the price, I'm going for the lowest probable contract size and lowest probable stop loss. Came below the midnight open one more time. When market is below the new week, midnight open, it is in discount. Whenever it is below the midnight open, it is in discount. What else can happen? This guy can come back until here again, then here again, here again, here again. Manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. Today is gonna be the manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. Lot of manipulation. This is all called manipulation. Market is doing the manipulation. Why? Tomorrow is CPI. I've already told you this is gonna happen. Yesterday I told that in my Twitter. But eventually this buy side is gonna be taken. Eventually. Tomorrow is the biggest exam for you, my traders friends. CPI is in front of you. Exam of patience. Pass it. If you can, manipulation, manipulation, and manipulation. Lot of manipulation. You are going to expect lot of manipulation over here. That's for sure. Make sure that you are using the lowest levers according to our account size. If you would love to trade over here or stop after getting some profit. Really, I would love to see. It will be the best to tap to this fabric before going higher. That would be the best. No, Netkit, I'm not going to tell that, brother, because you have to be around the in a CPI when I trade the CPI. Now I'm not going to tell that because these things, simple rules, I told like every CPI before CPI, I explained a lot of times. If you miss them, you have to wait until the next CPI. And if you are here, then maybe you will know. And I'm really getting tired to skip your comments. I mean, not your Netkit, but some comments I'm skipping. Okay, now it came to this inverse gap. Would love to see if this inverse gap can hold the price and give me another 22 YT model over here. For example, this high will be shifted now. This high will be shifted. Some kind of big run will shift this high. If it happens, that is another opportunity to take the buy. Or it does it want to trade these two gap, which is the last gap and the entry gap, which is also the unfinished business. Best case of scenario, it will respect that inverse gap. It will respect that inverse gap, then it will give me the 22 YT model or the breaker block, anything over here to give me another buying opportunity. That is going to be the high probable buy. Look carefully the 50-minute what it is doing. It is telling me that, brother, tomorrow is CPI. Don't focus to me. Today let this go. I'm doing the manipulation over here, so let me go. Don't touch me and come back tomorrow around the CPI. Because now today I'm in low probable. I'm doing the manipulation. It's telling me clearly over there. As I'm here and I will stay here until 11:30. So whatever is going to provide me, I'll try to catch them until the stop loss is going to support me. I'll try to catch them with the model. Look at this 50-minute candle closed there, closed here, closed there, closed here, closed there. It can keep doing these things. You want to look for sell, please go for that. There's nothing wrong to look for sell as well. If you want to look for sell, please go for that. I will only look for the buying opportunity. This is it is violated. The 50% of this fair value cap has been violated, so going to remove this fair value cap. Instead I'm going to keep this entry cap and the last cap because they are respecting, so I'll keep them instead of this inverse cap. I will go for the trade if and only if there is a 22 YT model or breaker block or inverse cap, then I'll go for the trade. Otherwise I'll just let this go even if it go higher and keep going higher. Using the lowest leverage, so I can go for more trade. You can see that like lowest leverage, one contract, one micro contract, two micro contract. So my loss is like $40, $70, something like that. Look at the 1030 candle market. What do I have this 1030 candle? What is the importance of that candle? It came to this last gap, so I'll keep the last gap on. So for this is the price action after 930. So this is the 930 open, market opened there, and this is the price action so far. Be very careful, brother. What is happening? It's not good. It's not good for trading. So be very careful. At least if you are in a trade, make sure that you are taking the partial at least before holding your trade. The partial and stop loss to the break even. Then hold your trade as long as you want. Last line for holding the price. If this parallel gap is broken, then the probability is market will fall for this parallel gap. If it come to this parallel gap, if this parallel gap is broken, for example, this is broken. I don't want to see this is gonna be broken. If it is broken, then the next probable area is this 50-minute bullish gap. If it comes to this 15-minute bullish gap, that means I have already lose all the opportunity to take entries, buy entries. Because in that type of situation, I have to wait for a 15-minute bullish gap. Think about the buying opportunity. Right now, if it can provide me any buying opportunity, I'll go for that. I don't need the 15-minute bullish gap. But if it comes to this 15-minute fair value gap, I need the bullish gap. Without the bullish gap, I can't look for the buy. Instead of I have to think about the sell. I will not go for the sell as I don't have any sell side liquidity over here, nothing over there. So I will not look for any kind of sell. I'll keep thinking about the buy until this buy side liquidity is not taken. So right now, this is how I'm seeing the market. Can market this fair value gap hold the price? This is the last line which should hold the price. Last fair value gap. If it failed, this is the next line market should come. If it wants to come here, I'm not going to take that sell because I don't know is it falling here or is it just going to take that low and then reverse again, as it didn't trade take this buy sell liquidity. In my mind, I have just buy, so I can't see any kind of sell. You have to think like that way. You have to have something in your mind, and you will look for that. This is how you can avoid other things, like other things. For example, selling opportunity. Is this bearish gap going to hold the market and send it lower again? You will forget about them. You have to have something in your mind. For example, I have in my mind, I'll look for buy. I'm seeing this new day opening gap low, this last gap, all of this area I'm watching them. They're holding this price. If they're broken, then this is the next probable area market will fall. But it is a probability. There is no sell side liquidity. So I can't simply just go for that sell for this sell side liquidity. I mean, for this bearish gap. I can't just look for that. It is broken. The last fair value gap is broken. So just would love to see this candle, how it is going to close. Either it has to leave this low or it has to close at least inside this gap so that I can see this is the fake breakout. So this is the last opportunity to think about this this last fair value gap. Is it going to hold it or not? If it takes this low, or if it doesn't close inside this gap or above this gap, then it is broken. And if it is broken, this is the next probable area where market can fall. If it starts to fall, I have nothing to do. So this is broken now. I have nothing to do in this market. I'll let this go. It came to the 8:30 open, exactly to the 8:30 open, tapped over there. Let's see how it is going to work over there. When it will reach to this fair value gap, I will be unable to look for any kind of buy until there is a bullish fair value gap from 15-minute chart. I have to think about the sell. If this market would love to fall, I don't know where it will fall. This is the sell side liquidity, but it's too far actually. I can't simply think that it is coming for the sell side liquidity. So I won't be able to frame any kind of sell over here. I have to think about that buy. No, it is not going for that buy. I lose all of my opportunity to trade today, and I'm done for today. That's all. Keep falling, I'll let him fall because I don't know how far it will fall. So I'll let this fall. Right now it is in deep discount below this 8:30 and below this midnight open. It is in deep discount. Now here market didn't tap to this order block. If it make a fair value gap over here, not this one, okay, not that one. If it can make a fair value gap over here, I have to observe that fair value gap. If it fail to close below the 50% of this bullish fair value gap, then provide me another market structure shift 80 fair value gap or the only fair value gap, another high probable buying opportunity. Okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. For example, it has made a bullish fair value gap over here. I just can't simply take the buy from this bullish gap. I have to wait to see if it can leave higher portion open. That means market is not sorry, lower portion open, that means market is not going to close below the 50% of that bullish gap. Then it has provided me another 22 YT model here. That is a high probable buying opportunity. I'm just observing this gap entry. If it can provide me the entries until these highs. I'm not pushing any kind of button from any other setup. I'll just go for 22 YT model, breaker block, and inverse gap. This is not enough. This is just not enough. Yeah, it is. I'm happy to see that it didn't close below the 50% of that fair value gap, but I need a 22 IT model here. That means kind of market structure shift, any kind of market structure shift. I need that to take an buying opportunity. This entry is something like very risky over here to go for this entry from this fair value gap. So need any kind of 22 IT model. I will get that 22 IT model. That is a high probable buying opportunity. I showed you this lot of time how to use those type of situation. This is the same situation. If you remember, make that bullish gap. That is the first opportunity to take the entry from the order block. Market didn't tap to this order block. Perfect. Then make this fair value gap. So I have to observe this fair value gap. How market is working with this fair value gap, with the upper portion by body or the lower portion by body. Upper portion of this body, no, it will come back again here to this fair value gap. That is the best case of scenario. We'll work with the upper portion of this fair value gap, then make the 22 IT model. That is the best case of scenario, high probable buying opportunity. Yeah, Hassan, I was using this one as a first presented gap. Okay, so here you see this. I told, sorry, see this area. This is the entry gap around this area. This is that entry gap. So for here around this area, I guess, or here, this is that entry gap around this area. From the first presented gap, failed to take the extreme low, took all of the lows. This low has traded some some kind of fair value gap over here. So this is the first presented gap. Market tap to this first presented gap until the entry gap. So here is the entry gap. If it could work until this entry gap or not. So that is my intention. Okay, it came here, respected, perfect. Everything until now, everything is okay. All I need to see, can body close above the 50%? If the body can close above the 50% of this gap, any kind of 22 IT model or market structure shift fair value gap is my high probability to take the buy. If the body close above the 50% of this gap, any kind of higher market structure shift after this is my high probable buying opportunity. But the body close below this fair value gap, lowest probable area to trade. Now this is the lowest probable. Actually, I don't want to mark this type of fair value gap. I love this type of fair value gap instead of this fair value gap. But this is also logical. I mean, the thing I was expecting here, this is also valid for this one. But I really don't like to mark this type of a small gap. This is the most important gap to me. But either way, if it can provide me any 22 IT model now, I'll try to catch that buy. I need the 22 IT model. That means market structure shift fair value gap to take my entries. Yes, brother, I'm looking for buy. So I don't, I mean, I'm seeing all of these things. I mean, it is respecting. I'm happy to see that. But as I'm looking for buy, they are the supportive for me, very supportive for me. But we'll wait for that situation. If it provide me the buy, I'll go for that. If it doesn't provide me the buy, I'm not going to take any kind of entries here. I need a market structure sheet, fair value gap. Any kind of, I don't need the perfect market structure sheet, just a market structure sheet with a fair value gap to take my buy. High probable, not high probable right now, but still that is a buying opportunity. So I'll try to catch that on. It will keep falling. I'm not losing the money because I'm not taking the buys. If it keep falling, right? But you are missing the trade. I don't have any problem with that for missing that trade. I wanted to see this fair cup will work the way it is working here. I wanted to see this is working here, but it didn't work. Bad luck. If it doesn't take that buy side liquidity by this morning session, in the PM session, I'll keep looking for that buy side liquidity again. Come to this 50-minute fair value gap. I have to wait until a 50-minute bullish gap. There is no 50-minute bullish gap. There is no entries for me. All of these things is broken. Didn't provide me the buying opportunity, so I didn't take the buy. But you miss the sell. I don't care about missing that selling opportunity because I'm not looking for sell. I don't know how far it will fall. When I don't know that, I'm not interested to take that sell. I have to wait for a 15-minute bullish gap now. What can I do? Fake SMT. You are asking or you are telling, brother? Neon T. Are you asking or are you telling? I have already keep all, I mean, a lot of people's mouth shut after after the target hit. So I'm actually fed up with doing these things. But it's still okay. If you are asking, then you okay. If you are telling me, then you should be little quiet. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know what I'm doing. So I have already shut a lot of people's mouth previously. I'm fed up with this. Whoever has the question or confusion, please watch the first part from 9 to 9:30, the way I explained from the weekly chart to 1 minute chart. Please watch that on. Then come and comment and tell me to go some specific time frame because I know what I'm doing. And the guys are with me from 9, they know why I'm looking for that buy. Okay, they know that. If you're late, then either you have to keep watching, don't tell me what to do. Just keep watching, brother. Otherwise, whatever you want to do, go for that. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't tell me to do something because I'm not trading by anyone's opinion. I'm trading by my way, the way I'm thinking this market will work. I'm working with that way. Right now I'm in Spain, brother. I'll be back in Portugal maybe the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Not a good price action to be honest. The whole things. Hey Alex, yeah, it's been a long. We don't talk about the macro. So let's see about the macro. Around 1050, this is the 1050 candle. Yeah, the 1050 candle has taken the sell side liquidity. Sell side liquidity. Any kind of buy side liquidity? No, no buy side liquidity has taken. So yeah, okay, yeah. The relatively equal highs, nothing here as well. Yeah, there's no buy side taken has taken. So I have to think about the buying opportunity until market doesn't take any kind of buy side liquidity. So until that area, I have to look for the buying opportunity from both of this market. Outlander, welcome back, brother. No, you are not giving your opinion. You are telling me to go somewhere, and you are telling me to change my bias to think other way. You are telling me that, brother. I told you that you can ask me, brother, why you are looking for buy, but you can't tell me. Look at the daily chart. What is telling you the what did you say? Look at the structure on the daily chart. What is there to seek higher prices? That means you are saying me that what daily chart telling me to look for the higher prices. You can't say me like that way because I have already explained why I'm looking for buy. And I'm not trading here depending on the daily chart. There is monthly chart, there is weekly chart, daily chart, hourly chart, 15-minute chart, then 1 minute chart. So daily chart will show me something that means I have to follow that. No, it's not like that way. I have no idea about that, brother. I don't live in Bangladesh, and I have the actually I'm from here, so I really have no idea about the legal and illegal things in Bangladesh. But yeah, trading is illegal in Bangladesh. I know that. So you have to what to say? I don't know, brother. What to say? Okay, Outlander, can you please block Nafli? Because any kind of violation or language violation should be blocked. So please block that guy, Nafli. If Outlander, you are here, brother. Yeah, all type of trading in Bangladesh are illegal. Trading is illegal in Bangladesh. There's no SMT anymore. I will not support any kind of violation of the language violation. If you say me something else, yeah, you can obviously tell me whatever you want to do. But any kind of language violation not accepted here. Every kind of trading is illegal in Bangladesh. Any kind of trading is illegal in Bangladesh. You can invest, you can like invest, or you can, yeah, investing, I mean, you know, the share market investment, you can do the investment but you can't trade. Trading is illegal in Bangladesh. I didn't find any buying opportunity. I didn't take any buy. So in the market, there was a first buying opportunity here. That was the second buying opportunity there. So two buying opportunity was here. I tried to take both of them, got one. This one market didn't feel me. So I didn't catch that buy. So then market started to fall. I was not looking for sell until that buy side liquidity was taken here. That was the buy side liquidity. My intention to see that this will be taken first. After taking this buy side liquidity, market will start to fall. It didn't take that buy side liquidity. I missed all of this sell because market didn't take that buy side liquidity. There was just two buying opportunity for me. One is from there, one is from here. I didn't get this one. It's okay. Just one buy here, that one buy, and then all of this sell. I will miss all of them. It's okay. This is the week 50% from the daily chart. I want to say maximum it should reach until this area, then it will start to go higher again. But doesn't need to take that buy side liquidity by this morning session. But in the PM session, I'll think about this buy side liquidity again, as I don't have any sell side liquidity from 15-minute chart. From 15-minute chart, I have no sell side liquidity until now, except that extreme sell side liquidity, which I'm not thinking that market is going to be taken. For CPI, this sell side liquidity should be preserved. I was thinking about this sell side liquidity, but as market has made this buy side liquidity, and if it leave this buy side liquidity open like this way, then tomorrow's CPI is going to be very difficult, and I believe that I won't be able to trade tomorrow's CPI if it leave this buy side liquidity or this sell side liquidity. So one of them should be taken before CPI. One of them, either this buy side or this sell side liquidity. I prefer that buy side liquidity will be taken and market will reach to this hourly last gap. That is my thinking, or I would love to see this type of things, that it will take that buy side liquidity, trade this hourly cap by today, and tomorrow I'll be clearly go for this sell side liquidity without any kind of restriction. But if it doesn't do that and maybe it will fall, take this sell side liquidity maybe, then tomorrow CPI can send the market higher for that buy side liquidity or that sell side liquidity. It's gonna be like two-way. Right now it's gonna be like 50-50 for the CPI. So for the CPI, I need one left over there. Either this buy side liquidity or this sell side liquidity. Any of them should be left. One of them, okay? So if both of them are here in the chart, CPI is gonna be 50-50 for me. I won't be able to trade the CPI if both of them are in this chart. That is the maximum line market. I would love to see if it really would love to keep falling. This black line, which is the daily week 50%, this is the maximum line. If still market would love to go higher, it should not reach until this 50% of that week from the daily chart. If it is still bullish, because that will show me the sign, no, I'm still bullish, brother. So no need to worry about that. I will keep going higher. Don't think about the sell if it failed to trade this 50% from the daily chart. So here, this daily chart, that week 50% here and weekly week 50% there. So my intention to see that this market will come here for that 50% first, then it will fall for this sell side liquidity. This is my intention. This is that daily bearish gap, the way I explained at the beginning of this stream. I want to see it will go until this area, then it will close here somewhere. It didn't reach over there. Still, I'm not interested to think about the sell, or it will keep falling. I'm not interested. And the PM session, I'll try to look for buy again for this buy side liquidity. Just not interested to see this sell side liquidity will be taken before before the CPI, as our target or very high time frame target is this sell side liquidity. That market will fall for this sell side liquidity by using the CPI. The way we have explained the NFP, it went higher. Yeah, it fall little bit, then went higher again. Then by NFP, it has taken that sell side liquidity. This is the same kind of scenario I want to see, that it will go higher and then it will fall for this sell side liquidity. Until then, if it left that buy side liquidity and this sell side liquidity open, both of them are open, then it's going to be 50-50 for me for CPI, and maybe I won't be able to trade the CPI. I'm still bullish and this buy side liquidity is my target. So even if it fall little bit by the AM session, it doesn't mean that I'm going to change my bias, as I don't have the sell side liquidity. So still I'm bullish for that buy side liquidity. Before closing today, I want to see this market will close here somewhere, just above this new day opening gap, above this new day opening gap, below this new week opening gap. So in between these two gap, market will close by today. That is my interest to see by today. Okay. Hey FX, we are looking for buy, brother. Actually, we are looking for buy for this clean buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart, and we framed a perfect setup around 9:30. After 9:30, actually, from there to until this last gap, I guess, or maybe here, I don't remember, but that buy side liquidity was my target. Okay, so for CPI, I was thinking that this sell side liquidity will be open for CPI. Tomorrow is CPI, so I have to think about CPI. This will be open for CPI. So that is why I'm looking for the buy, and this buy side liquidity is my opinion. It should take that buy side liquidity. That is why still I'm looking for buy. I won't be here around the PM session, but you guys, whoever actually with me for so long, I'm just telling those people, not everyone. You guys, please focus on that buy. Okay, don't think about the sell. Even though it fall little bit, don't worry about that. Just keep thinking about that buy side liquidity. Let one day go by believing me, and no need to hold your trade until this buy side liquidity. In the meantime, wherever you will find a buying opportunity, go for that. Close the trade in a logical level, or at least take the partial in a logical level, and then keep doing this until this buy side liquidity is not taken. But if market leave that buy side liquidity open before CPI, CPI is gonna be tough to trade. I'm happy I'm break even today. Okay, FX, good luck, brother. Just this is gonna be the difficult day, man. I have already told that in my Twitter. Tomorrow is the biggest exam for all of you traders, friends. CPI is in front of you. Exam of patience. Pass it if you can. Manipulation, manipulation, and manipulation. This all the manipulation is happening. Manipulation is happening. Then market fall. It will go higher again, I believe, and then it will fall again. It will work like that way. By the way, Outlander, are you here? Did you block that guy, Nafli or something, that type of name? If anyone use bad language, just block them without no timeout, nothing. Just block them. Break even is the best thing. If you can be at break even in before CPI, you are still in profit, man. So this is the 50-minute bullish gap. Still, it is holding the price. But the problem is I can't go for any kind of buy now, because without 15-minute bullish gap, I can't look for buy. So even if it is started to go higher, I'll miss all of the opportunities. If I would love to wait for a 15-minute bullish gap, it will be more than 11:30. So I have already missed the opportunity by the morning session. But around the PM session, I'll keep looking for that buying opportunity if I trade actually. Mm, I think AFX believes this is dating channel, not for trading. Oh man. Oh man. Thank you, Outlander. But this is my request, brother, to you. If you are here, you or Gupta or Tamimi, if any of you are here, and if you ever see someone has using some kind of bad language, just block them without any kind of hesitation. I'll never tell you anything. I'll never request you to unblock them. Nothing. Just block them. It can be absolutely okay that my bias and your bias is 100% different. You are looking for sell, I'm looking for buy. I'm looking for sell, you are looking for buy. 100% difficult. I mean, it is possible, but that doesn't mean you will use some kind of bad language. By the way, AFX, how are you, brother? Teamed, are you here? Teamed. I forgot your the new name actually. Teamed, are you here? Brother, everyone sees the chart. Absolutely, brother. You can like you are telling me that from the daily chart, it is telling me that market is going to fall. Do you really think that I didn't see it? Just watch the first part of the of today's stream. What did I talk about this area? I have already talked about all of these things. I know that this parabolic curve should hold the price, send the market lower. I know that. But the problem is if it fall and maybe it is very near to this sell side liquidity, that is going to be the problem because tomorrow I have the CPI. So I have to think about this buy side liquidity. I am for market is forcing me to look for this buy side liquidity, not for the sell side liquidity. So from the daily chart, I have this sell side liquidity here. From the daily chart, I have this sell side liquidity. From my lower time frame, look from hourly chart. Do I have any sell side liquidity? No. I have the buy side liquidity. See, clean highs. If you see this high, those highs, they are the resistance zone. Didn't I see that it is trading this new week opening gap and then it is falling? 100% I have seen that. But I don't have the sell side liquidity. So when I don't have the sell side liquidity, I can't look for sell. I have clean buy side liquidity. I have to look for that buy side liquidity. From 15-minute chart, look at this buy side liquidity. See how beautiful this buy side liquidity are here. Then where is my next sell side liquidity? This is my next sell side liquidity. I'm going to keep them for the CPI. I'm interested to keep them for CPI. Now, if I would love to keep them for CPI and I'm interested to look for that buy side liquidity, what else can happen? Maybe market is willing to keep that buy side liquidity for CPI. I don't know. And it is going to take that sell side liquidity before CPI, and by using CPI, it is going to take that buy side liquidity. It is also possible. I don't know what market is going to do. But as I'm expecting this is going to be untaken, I'm forcing myself to think about that buy side. So I'm looking for that buying opportunity. Now come 1 minute chart. In 1 minute chart, look over here. After 9:30, all of this area I was explaining this price action, and then finally we have found a buying here. Target is this buy side liquidity, but before targeting this extreme liquidity, obviously you have to look for some kind of partial, because from this first presented here to here, it's near about 77 handle. I don't need 77 handle the way I trade actually. So if I can frame a trade here and can book at least that 31 handle, at least, okay, I'm enough. This is enough for me for being profitable toward my buy side liquidity. Market came here, another buying opportunity was there. Just market didn't take me. It didn't just take me. We were framing the setup, everything was perfect. It didn't take me. Just now think, I would love to take. There is a lot of opportunities go either from this breaker block, from this first entry gap or last gap, whatever it is. You took that entry. You doesn't need to hold your trade until this buy side liquidity, right? 129 handle. Took that entry, maybe closed my trade here. 66 handle here, like 30 handle here, 60 handle, 90 handle. Enough. I'm done. Now market is falling. It is going against my expectation. I don't need to trade it. I'm wrong, 100% wrong. It's okay. I'm not going to take that sell. I will keep looking for buy because I'm thinking that this buy side liquidity will be taken before CPI. I need the sell side liquidity keep open before CPI. So I'll keep looking for buy. This is my opinion. It doesn't mean you will think like the same way. But that doesn't mean you will say like those type of word you are going to use, right? I'm not, you didn't pay me anything. I'm not telling you Nionti, I'm telling that guy Nafli. He didn't pay me anything, right? He's not even my member. He's nothing. He can't just simply use some bad word. And I'm not bound to, to be right every single time for him. So please don't mind, Nionti. Please don't mind, brother. I always keep saying, if you are looking for sale, please go for that. I'm not looking for sale. That doesn't mean you can't look for sale. Obviously, go for sale. No problem. Those type of guys, they come here just to copy trade. And that's bullshit. I was looking for sell, sorry, buy. So he didn't maybe push the sell button. And then when he saw all this fall, maybe he got some stopped out by taking buy, where I was telling that this is an buying opportunity, but I can't take this buy because I'm looking for this. So I didn't push the button, but he pushed the button because I was thinking that it will make a buying opportunity. He didn't wait for the setup. He blew his account and now he's angry. It's okay. But you can't speak like that way. See, it all depends on you, okay? Because if I don't know what is market going to do next, that means I'm working with like the retail trader they work after effect, but we try to work before effect. So I have to think what is going to happen in CPI. In CPI, what market is going to do. That is why last week we are so perfect. The way we have explained the price, it worked perfectly. This is why it worked like that way, because we are going to think what is going to happen next. But if I think what happened already or what is happening now, I will just keep blowing my account. I can't do that. So I have to think about tomorrow, CPI or NFP, whatever big news we have to think about that. When we have an idea about those news, then we will wait for the setup. What I miss here, I miss that sell. It doesn't mean that I lose, I'll blow my account. I didn't push my button because market didn't provide me the buying opportunity. If it doesn't want to go higher, it won't provide me the buy. Simple. There is not even a single buy here until now. I'm reading this price in front of you. No, not even a single buying opportunity until now. I didn't take the buy. I didn't take any loss. Yeah, I missed that sell. That's all. Why you are thinking here? Then why don't you think this buy, that buy? Why don't you think those buys? Why we have outlined those buys? Why didn't you take those buys? If you are like something like that, please don't use that type of bad language. Yeah, I keep saying that bullshit. Okay, I know that it's a bad language, but still bullshit is something we can use, but not those type of words. So if this market go for that buy side liquidity around this PM session, I'll keep looking for that opportunity. So that buy side liquidity until it's not taken, I'm not changing my bias. If I'm wrong and market will keep falling, I will miss all the opportunity to take sell. That's all I will miss. But I will keep looking for buy. This is the 50-minute gap, which is still holding the price. Nobody has closed below this 50-minute gap yet. It is still holding the price. All I need a bullish gap now. If I think about this buy side liquidity, I'll think about a bullish fair value gap from 50-minute chart. What else can happen? It will keep falling. If it keep falling, I will miss all the opportunity to trade today. After 11:30, I'm not able to trade anymore. Right now, no buy I will take. Even if this market just keeps simply go higher and take that buy side liquidity, I am not able to take that buy without a 15-minute bullish gap. The reason is market has already made a bearish gap here, and it is took that low. That bullish gap was important for me. That bullish gap should hold the price, send that buy side liquidity. As it is broken, came to this last fair value gap, I need another bullish fair value gap. Get to make sure that this is going for that buy side liquidity. It will keep falling. I'll let this go. I will keep looking for buying opportunity. That's all. If you find any selling opportunity and if you good to go for sell, go for it. No worries. Jack, where are you, man? Check yesterday's afternoon PM 15-minute piano. We bounced from the middle. Oh yeah, let me talk about that yesterday's price action. Little bit, okay? Because it was so beautiful. The PM session. So if you remember, that was the fair value gap. Last I left you here. That was the fair value gap. I left you there. I told that until it is not the fake breakout. That means one candle closed there, very next candle closed below this fair value gap. If it is fake breakout, sorry, not like that way. This is the bearish gap. I will look for this sell side liquidity, not that sell side liquidity, this sell side liquidity. Okay, all of this sell side liquidity. That was my intention when market has made this bearish gap. Until there is a bearish gap, I was looking for buying opportunity. I was just keep looking for buying opportunity. There was the hourly last gap, so I was looking for that buy the whole day yesterday. When market has made this bearish gap, and all of this is in the lunch hour, bearish gap has been blown by that specific candle. When this candle appeared over there, 1 2 3, one time close, two time close, that means this bearish gap has been breached. It is not going to hold the price, sending it for the sell side liquidity. So this is that new day opening gap. This candle closed, make a bullish gap over there, So here is the bullish gap. Then market has made another bullish gap there. So let me mark that bullish gap. Unfortunately, it didn't tap to this bullish gap, but it has something to show you here. Okay, now I'm going to 1 minute chart. This is that bullish gap. It didn't tap to this bullish gap, uh, just missed it for a bit. Okay, here it just missed it for a bit, just one tick or something like that. I was watching this market, got the market structure shift here, tap to this. Here there is the fair value gap from 1 minute chart. Here that was the 1 minute fair value gap. See this, and let me show you the entry. I will tell you everything. Okay, and stop losses there, just there. My plan was to take the entry from the 50% of that bullish fair value gap. I was just looking for the entry from the 50% of that bullish gap, just because there was another fair value gap. So here the bearish gap, I was trying to get the precise entry. So here there is another gap. So you will see this one here, and my entries was just exactly to the top of this bullish gap. Stop loss was just covered that 15-minute bullish gap, constant and crossman. That was my entries. From there, target was this relatively equal highs. Sorry, not relatively equal highs. This rejection block was partial, and target was the midnight open. The way I told that this market can go for that midnight open. Remember this, that midnight open. So I told that it will go for above that midnight open, at least to this midnight open and the morning session. I missed that trade just for a little over here. I was like, what the? I was thinking like that. What the? Something like that. Then I regret why I didn't push my button. It was just for like 1 or 2 handle more, something like that. So how much it was? Like 31 handle here, here. So this should be the entry, but I was trying to catch the entry from the top of this bullish, sorry, inverse gap or something, whatever you say, from there. So some kind of precise entry. Market didn't tap over there. Look at the reaction from 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 minutes has provided me 33 handle, but I missed that entry, and I was feeling like I lost everything. So I tried to take re-entry from this gap and got stopped out. So I actually took the entry here. So this thing didn't close above that midnight open. I wanted to see this type of close. Okay, so something like that. So when it tap came here, come back again. So this fall, look at that fall. When this fall appeared, I put my stop, entry from the fair value gap top. So to that specific candle, I was in the market and got stopped out because my stop loss was just 1 tick below that fair value gap. So here, this was the fair value gap. So took a loss over there. So just 1 tick below this fair value gap. That was my stop loss over there, and entries was over here around this area. So that specific candle target was this relatively equal highs. So not relatively equal highs, equal highs. This equal highs. That was my target. Then got stopped out here. It was a little big, loss, like near about 105 micro contract took entry, got stopped out over there. Then market actually fall again on more, then closed here around this area. So that was my first entry opportunity over there. Wanted to take a partial over here and would love to hold my trade until this area. Didn't take me here. Chase the price over here. I'm a human being. I chase the price sometimes, got stopped out because of my stop loss. Everything I agree with you. Yes, sir, I'm not good enough. I need to be more good, but that was a losing trade here after missing that trade. So that was a losing trade. Then I was observing this area. There was a hourly gap. So it came back here around this hourly gap, and then all of these things. All of these things. I was looking for entry opportunity, never provide me any kind of entries over there. Nothing provided me over here. Nice piano over here. So good piano over here. But the morning session was pretty much good, I guess, in my opinion. It was pretty much good. It came here one more time to this new day opening gap, trade that first presented gap. We are expecting the buy. It has provided us the buy whole a lunch hour. It was extremely bullish. Thinking about a paper trade here to record it, never come here. It was a paper trade, by the way. Tried a limit order over there below this low, never take me the entry. Tried to take a paper trade over there just to record and post it to YouTube, but didn't provide me the entries opportunity over there. Then finally this entry inside my zone, that means the 1250 to 110 macro, around that area, wanted to take this entry from my fund account, but was failed to take this entry as well. Then took some losses there, $100 loss, $105 I guess, and then all of this piano. And today's price action is over here. Without 15-minute bullish gap, there is no entries for me. At least I'm not interested to look for any kind of entry without a 15-minute bullish gap. There will be a 15-minute bullish gap, I'll think about the buy again. Otherwise I'll let this market go. Not interested to trade. Thank you so much, guys. To be honest, it's 9:30, so sorry, 11:30. I'm not interested after 11:30 to trade. Tomorrow is CPI. I'll be here around 8:30 a.m. to trade that CPI depending on today's price action. If today price action is good and cleared any of this liquidity before CPI, if it take that buy side liquidity, I'll be happy to trade the CPI. If it doesn't take that buy side liquidity, it's gonna be 50-50 for me, the CPI. But otherwise, I will think that CPI is gonna be beautiful to trade. Let's see. Let's hope for the best. Okay. Thank you, guys. I hope that it was little good for me. Until now, I'm wrong. My bias was bullish. Didn't take that buy side liquidity. Then it started to fall. Yeah. Until now, I'm wrong. But we'll see until the end of today if it can take that buy side liquidity. Still, I'll look for that buy side liquidity. And if you are with me for so long, keep looking for that buy. Don't think about the sell. It's a request. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Until then, cheers.